Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and do celebrity legal news. Also, join me for my pop culture chats. If you'd like to support the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. My Venmo and Cash App is below. Thank you so much, and let's get started. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Listen, we are here with some celebrity legal news, child. It's a pretty good show. It's a pretty good show. We've got a lot of stuff to kind of go over, and we're going to do that. As you enter, hey, please hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let you all get in. Let you all get in. Let you all get in. We've got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. Woo, child. My colleagues are out here getting into stuff. It's Candace Owens. So we've got Cardi B getting into some stuff too. And we got Glorilla. And then we have other news that we're going to also speak about. But first, as we're going to go and get in, we have got some let's talk about the sad news first and get that out of the way. So earlier this week, we learned that Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away. He died trying to swim against a rip current. We learned some more information about that. We learned that he was out swimming with his daughter down in Costa Rica. And first they said that it was on Saturday and they did not find his body till Sunday, but we learned that they were swimming Sunday morning, and there was assistance given to him. They found him. Uh, Yeah. So here's the news that we need to. It says Malcolm Jamal Warner was swimming with his 8-year-old daughter on Sunday off the coast of Costa Rica. A surfer spotted the actor struggling and his daughter struggling and dove in to help. A surfer used his surfboard to bring Warner's daughter to safety, and a volunteer lifeguard pulled Warner and another surfer to shore, where he was given 45 minutes of CPR. So this wasn't an overnight thing like we were previously told. So someone spotted him, and shout out to those people who assisted him and his daughter. That's real appreciative of you. So we find out that he was swimming. He got caught up in that riptide, and he died of asphyxiation by submersion, and it was accident. I think that this hit us so hard is because Malcolm Jamal Warner was that type of actor that every I think that everyone wanted to be in regards to uh he made amazing strides because during that time that he was a child actor, and if you go back to any of those sitcoms that were playing during that time, you will see that those child actors didn't make it. And I think this is just a testament of his parents and making sure that he grew up. Not only was he able to explore what he liked to do, but it was also a testament of them of parenting, making sure that they protected him when he needed to be protected. And with that, he thrived. He grew up. He was able to, they didn't mess with the money like a lot of other parents do. And I'm just telling y'all, this is the things that we're talking about with wealth and generational wealth and all these different things. They didn't mess with the money. So he was able to then grow into and then transition into an actor. He was on Malcolm and Eddie, and then he was also able to pick the roles that he wanted because of the financial security. He didn't just take any type of role. Because of that financial security, Malcolm Jamal Warner was able to pick and choose the roles, and he pretty much chose positive images of black men. And so we really do mourn the loss of him. And so thoughts and prayers to his wife and daughter. Because again, he was one of those actors that, like I said, he was that dude. He was unproblematic. You didn't hear anything problematic about them or anything like that. And I'm not calling him a saint or anything like that. What I'm saying is you can do this without having all of this controversy. Next, we've got Mr. Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne just come off a successful tour. The last of Black Sabbath. He was in concert. He had all the people that adored him come out and pay tribute to him. Well, he has passed away. Apparently, he passed away in his sleep, and but he had lived with Parkinson disease for years. Again, he was known to be the lead singer of Black Sabbath. He was also known, now, if you're as old as I am, you remember the time where it broke news around the world that he bit the head off a bird that flew into to the facility. Child, a mess. But his family, so rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. Uh, thoughts and prayers to his family. He was very much beloved. Also, you may have remembered the iteration of Ozzy Osbourne when they had that reality TV show back in, was it the 90s or the early 2000s? You may remember him in that television show. I think it was on MTV, if I can't remember. But again, rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. Okay, let's get into some movie news. It looks like Naomi Aki is in early talks to join Tom Reese Harris, Clayface. And this is Hollywood Reporter, written by Boris Kitt. It says here that Aki is an Naomi Aki, the multifaceted actress from Mickey 17 and Blink Twice, is joining the DCU in Clayface. You know what I don't understand about the DCU, and this is, let me get the accolades out first. Aki is in early talks to join up the up and coming Welsh actor Tom Reese Harris, who is playing the titular supervillain in the movie from Speak No Evil director James Watkins, Clayface. Mike Flanagan wrote the script for Clayface, and it's supposed to be a body horror thriller centered on a Batman villain known for his ability to alter his appearance. And that's all good, but I just noticed that with DC, all right, so my audio went out. You're going to hear all this whirling in here. That's because my fan is on, so I apologize if the noise is too much. I'm having such a time with my audio that we just have to use old trusty MacBook audio. So again, you hear my fan whirling over there. I do apologize, but looks like I don't know if I hadn't charged everything. I know my lights have gone out, so apologies. But let's continue the show. The thing about these Batman villains, I don't know unless they're going to do such a compelling show where the villain lives up to warrant their own show. I'm liking the fact that they're talking about that this is a horror flick. I think that that's great. I'm thinking that if they have a horror flick, I think that that's great. But I just don't know if it, I just don't know. Because at least we need to see Batman at least one time in there, even if it's just him recognizing him as a threat. Something. So I don't know how they're going to work this out, but shout out to Naomi Aki. Looks like the Michael Jackson biopic or biopic, however you call it, according to Deadline, written by Anthony D'Alessandro, it looks like Lionsgate and Universal Michael Jackson biopic Michael moves to pre-summer 2026. And you know that there had been issues and problems with that because there were some information that was placed in that movie that they had to cut out. So they had to go back and rework it. And then they said that they were reworking it into a two-part special. And I don't know how that will work out. So let's read. Michael Jackson biopic or biopic. Michael, because it's together. So I don't know. Michael is officially moving to Friday, April 24th, and that's a global theatrical release. At same times, we hear a second movie about Jackson remains in development. We told you at CinemaCon that there were distribution plans afoot for the feature directed by Antoine Fuqua and produced by Graham King. Michael also will get a release on IMAX screens. Interesting. The delay with Michael has been twofold. One being its length. There was a first cut in excess of 3.5 hours. There also have been reports that the initial cut of the movie made reference to 13-year-old Jordan Chandler, who accused Jackson of molestation and who the pop singer settled with for $20 million in 1994 with no admission of guilt. Damn. $20 million in 1994. That's what? About almost 40, 35, $40 million now, probably more. While the screenplay by three-time Oscar nominee John Logue was developed, the estate approved by the estate and shot to include Chandler. After production wrapped, it was revealed that there was an agreement for him not to be included. So they had to scrap that piece. There aren't major studios. There's not too much stuff. And that's it. So we're looking at an April 24 release of the Michael Jackson biopic or biopic. And I don't know if I want to talk about that because it's no, I don't want to talk about that. All right, in your president news, let's get over into this. It looks like this Epstein stuff is really got your folks all up in people's panties in a bunch. So you have the Senate and you have Congress and subcommittees in the House that are voting to subpoena the Justice Department to release the full Epstein files. Don't know how that's going to go because it's my understanding that they have recessed until September, hoping all of this goes away. It's also been told that our president, Donald Trump, is mentioned all through those Epstein files. I want to show you let's see, make sure all my stuff. So one of the things that I do want to show real quick, pull up my X. So this is a deposition with the fan, freaky ass Epstein. And so they talk about Donald Trump. So let's hear what they have to say. Can y'all hear that audio? Hold on, y'all. Let's try it again. I know y'all can see it. I don't know if y'all can hear it. What's going on?
So we hear that. And again, we have the House Oversight Committee has voted to subpoena the Justice Department to release the full Epstein files. I think that this has become an SS for him because something ain't clean in the milk. Something's just not clean in the milk. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that if there is nothing to see, nothing to see. But we have been told that there has been something to see, then show it. Trump made this a big issue in his campaign that he was going to release the Epstein files. Then he made this show about releasing these binders to all of these different journalists or wannabe journalists. Then you turn around, Pan Bondi, your attorney general, comes out and says, "Oh, it's a nothing burger. There's nothing to see here." After she had basically told everybody that the Epstein list is what they're calling it, and what that Epstein list is supposed to be a document or a series of documents that list all the people who were out there on the island. It is also my understanding that there are videotapes of SA. There are videotapes of a whole lot of going on over there. And I don't know if those videotapes show pictures of people or not. I don't know who they show, but they're saying, "Oh, well, it's kitty corn," and they don't want to release it, and that's fine because I don't think any of that kind of stuff should be released. But I do think that if you're going to release this stuff, release it. And wherever the chips may lie, because you told us to release it. You never had to even open your mouth or mention that during this whole situation. But the president chose to do that. So now you're stuck in a situation where it appears of some impropriety in your agencies because you're not willing to release the information like you said you wanted to release the information. Okay? Also, he's been throwing up blocks because first he got real upset about people wanting to talk about Epstein because now Epstein is an awful, awful man. But we just heard that tape that he used to socialize with Epstein and Mr. Epstein used his Fifth Amendment right to not be incriminated. Now, that could be twofold. He could be talking because they asked him a direct type of question. And again, he's talking about self-incrimination because the question was, did you socialize with the underage girls? And he said, I don't want to answer that. And he also was talking about his citizenship. He said the 5th, 13th, and the 14th Amendment right. So he's saying, no, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. Which is interesting. Where was Epstein from? Was he from America? Is he a naturalized citizen? I mean, I don't know what that, but I'm not going to go into it because it doesn't matter because, you know, he pruned himself from the timeline. But that was just interesting to hear him say that. All right, let's move on. Y'all, what is going on with Glorila? Why does Gloria Hallelujah keep getting into some trouble? I don't like that. Here we go. Here we got Glorila was arrested for mood enhancement possession in the state of Georgia. Girl, you know. Shout out to Alexander Roger. You know we don't play in court. You know you don't play over there with Fulton County. Let's see what's going on. Oh, she was booked in Forsyth County. Girl. Gloria, whose legal name is Gloria Hallelujah Woods, I just love her name, was arrested in Georgia, according to TMZ, on 2 serious charges. According to jail records obtained by TMZ, the rapper was booked Tuesday in a Forsyth County for possession of a scheduled controlled substance and possession of marijuana over an ounce, both felony offenses under Georgia law. Now, we also know that earlier this year, she was arrested for driving under the influence. So whoever is on her team, y'all need to get this together. This needs to come together really, really, really quick. Either she needs to go through rehab or do something, but we need to get this together because she's already this felony charges. Felony charges. And I don't know if she has any other charges, but ever since she's been Glorila, I've seen her have a couple of felony charges come up. And it's gonna get serious. And for you all that are in the entertainment business, do you know how much money you all spend in legal fees and all this other stuff? For what? An ounce here, an ounce there. She posted a $22,000 bond to be released from jail. Here is a mugshot. Now, Gloria looks high as, I'm sorry, but to me, she appears to be quite high. She appears to be quite high. I'm sorry. She just appears to be quite high. Sleepy high, whatever it is. That's what she looks like to me. So go get that done. So she was arrested in Forsyth County for possession of drugs. And here is this. It says the marks her second legal run-in Georgia. You're in Georgia, baby. You are racking up charges because I think Georgia is one of those 3 strike law places. This marks her second legal run-in in Georgia, and they always be looking for you too. And you seem to always let them find you. Over a year, we broke the story of her April 2024 arrest in Gwinnett County on DUI charges at the time. Cops say that they saw a car make a U-turn at a solid red light and pull the vehicle over. Officers claimed that they smelled both marijuana and alcohol coming from the car and said she admitted to drinking. So it looks like you are possibly just to get that charge reduced, that you probably lost some points on your license and you probably had to go to classes. But now with this second one, baby, they're not going to look too kindly of these charges racking up. You already slighting the tail. These people be loving to see you come to jail. So I need you to get this together, Gloria Hallelujah. But I'm just reporting the news that they done got Gloria Hallelujah over there in Georgia with the possession of enough illegal substances, illegal mood-enhancing substances, that it is a felony. And usually felony gives you more than 5 years in prison. A mess. So y'all, let me make sure I'm seeing everything I need to do. Yes, we need to get to, and then we get to her 20 them. Cardi B is being sued for assault, a battery, and negligence by a woman she allegedly struck with her microphone, child. An attorney for the rapper called the lawsuit an alleged transparent and pitiful attempt at financial shakedown. Now, this is what I'm thinking. If this is what is going on, I hadn't read it yet. And this is an article from Entertainment written by Lauren Huff. If it's what I think it is, y'all remember Cardi B was on stage at one of those festivals, and I want to say it was in Las Vegas, where somebody threw water. They threw I don't know what was in the cup, but they threw a cup at her, the substances of the cup at her, and then she threw the microphone. I think that's the situation. So, child, I don't know, because you assaulted her first. Cardi B is being sued for assault, battery, and negligence for allegedly throwing a microphone at a concert goer who sprayed the rapper with their drink during a concert. Yes. At Dre's Beach Club in Las Vegas in 2023. As Entertainment Weekly reported at the time, videos from the event show the rapper in the middle of her hit Bodak Yellow when a fan raised her cup and threw their drink in her direction. A visibly startled Cardi could be seen locating the attendee before chucking her microphone in their direction and yelling at the person. Other videos shared by fellow costume to confirm that the mic did make physical contact with someone. Several security guards stepped in to intervene, and eventually Cardi continued the set. Still, other videos circulated online show that the rapper encourages a fan to splash her with water. That she feels good and she could be hers. And put that something on my child, Cardi. All of which the alleged victim who filed their complaint under the name Jane Doe. and see what you can file for Jane Doe. That's your right. I'm just asking the question. She ain't got no mic in her hand right now. Let's see, because it's always a little sneaky thing. Let's see. We're in Las Vegas. Cited in the lawsuit filed Monday, which EU has reviewed. During the performance, Cardi B appeared on stage under visibly high temperatures and conditions while holding a microphone. She made repeated gestures and statements encouraging concertgoers to throw water, implicitly authorizing and inviting the light splashing from the drink. Okay. Multiple attendees responded in kind by throwing drinks toward the stage, several of which visibly reached Cardi B and the surrounding performance area. The lawsuit continues. Plaintiff, acting in accordance with the environment created by Cardi B, expressed words and conduct in a manner consistent with the other to splash a small portion of her drink in Cardi B's direction. In apparent anger without warning, she forcefully threw her microphone. Per the suit, as a result of the incident, Doe claims she incurred physical pain, emotional stress, and she's looking for $100,000. You know what I'm looking for, y'all. I'm looking to see who the lawyer is. Well, hold on. I was looking to see if Tony Busby was in on this. Doesn't say who the attorney is, does it? I didn't read it. It doesn't say who the attorney is, but this smells like Tony Busby, and I thought that he was in on this. But again, we'll see what happens. All I can tell you all is this: we live in a litigious society now. Y'all better get up there and stop asking people to do stuff, whether you want them to do it or not. Get up there, and also too, this is what I would say to all people who are on stage. Y'all stop trying to get so down and personal with your fan base. Keep a good distance between them, and I mean this very, very seriously, because of the fact that all of these parasocial relationships people seem to have with you all, it's a one-way relationship that they seem to know everything about you and you don't know anything about. Y'all stop it. If y'all are in these arenas, make sure that there is a barricade that's at least 2 to 3 feet, maybe longer, no more, being able to set up to the stage. There should be a barrier between, always have a barrier between you and the fans. Hell, and make sure it's concrete too, high and concrete. Because you have people, whether we want to realize it or not, that do things. This is their job, to go places and to get you riled up so they can sue. And like I said, I remember that incident. You did throw that microphone, Cardi B. So we'll see what's going to happen with you in regards to that. And let's get to the star of the show, the story among stories that we're going to talk about today, because this story right here, and it affects, because again, I am a content creator and this person is a content creator. And I think along with Tasha K, those are great examples on how not to do this job, but we will talk about it. Not that we want to go in and start talking about, fellow content creators, but this particular content creator, Candace Owens, is big in the news. She has been a content creator for a while. She has a very huge platform. And so what's going on with our fair lady, Candace Owens? She is being sued by the French president over claims that she said his wife was a man. Candace. Now here is the lawsuit. It is 200-some pages, glorious pages of what the French president has said. He has sued her and her company, all of these different things. I've only gotten to the first 20 pages, just going through it. If you all want me to go over this lawsuit, I definitely will. He filed it in the state of Delaware, because that's where her company is incorporated. But we know that she does not live in the state of Delaware, but he doesn't know that. But Baby, he done put, I don't know why it keeps going, but he done put all of this stuff in here. A mess. A mess. Baby, it's several pages, but let's, like I said, he is suing her because of what is he suing her for? Emotional distress and everything like that, because he claimed that she kept claiming that this man is supposed, that his wife is a man. That's what she said. So French president, so this is from CNN, written by Joseph Adama and Saskia Van Doon. French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte filed a 22-count defamation lawsuit in the United States against right-wing podcaster Candace Owens Wednesday over the claim that Brigitte could be a man. The lawsuit filed in Delaware Superior Court alleges Owens has broadcast a relentless year-long campaign of defamation against the Macrons, according to a statement from Tom Clare, their lawyer. The loss in March, conservative commentator Candace Owens revived an absurd conspiracy theory with a YouTube video titled, "Is France's First Lady a Man?" according to the complaint. Now that's interesting wording right here. It's revived. So she wasn't the first to say it, but her reach is probably larger than the people that initially said it. So let's see what they're talking about. Promoted widely on X, Owen said the conspiracy theory was likely the biggest scandal in political history. Since then, Owens has produced numerous videos about Brigitte Macron for her nearly 4.5 million YouTube subscribers, including a multi-part series called Becoming Brigitte. The lawsuit further claims that she also sold merchandise promoting the claim. Baby, to have 4.5 million subscribers and to sell merch, I need for all of y'all to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, please. Hit that like button and subscribe. I'm not playing with y'all. I want 4.5 million YouTube subscribers. The lawsuit further claims that she stole merchandise. The Macron's attorney, Tom Clare, told CNN Wednesday that they had asked Owen to stop making the claim for about a year and filed the lawsuit as a last resort after she refused. Now, it's my understanding that she has responded, and it says here on Instagram, Owens posted a screenshot Wednesday of an article referencing Macron's lawsuit and a picture of the couple with the caption, "I will be coming for this wig today. Stay tuned." She later posted a video on YouTube saying that the lawsuit was an obvious and desperate public relations strategy. Well, she's a grifter. She she will say what she needs to say, and she's also a shock jock. If you hadn't figured out what Candace is, she is a shock jock. She is someone that wants to be able to captivate you, and she does it with, her research and all this other stuff. So you just have to take, there are just plenty of people like that. Now, before she was doing all of this, she was telling Black folks that she didn't want to be Black. She didn't like the community. She didn't want to be part of the community and all of this stuff. Again, like I said, if you don't like rap music, and that's fine. You don't have to like rap music. There's jazz. There's all kinds of different genres of music that you have to like. You don't like. She didn't like certain things, but all of that to say is people always look at my community and want to talk about the issues. And there are, but I love my community, good, bad, or indifferent. I know that what is portrayed on television sometimes about my community is only a portion of the community, but I do understand that there are simple minds that believe that all Black people live and come from the hood and all this other stuff. That is a fallacy. That is a fallacy. That's a fallacy. And so until we start showing the images of Black folks outside of that, but that's the only way. That has been probably in the past 10 years that a lot of these studio heads and things like that want to see Black folks. They're either, that's why situations like 50 Cent's Power and The Shy and what's that other thing that they're doing? Talking about Big Meech and them, all of those things about drug dealing and stuff like that's why these things become very, very popular. But I would tell you there are other things that are going on as far as what you can see black folks in a different light. But it's sad that you got to search for it and you shouldn't have to search for it. Now, I will tell you if you're someone like me at this point where I like to see some funny stuff, fun loving and funny stuff, you could go to Tubi. They've got a lot of stuff by a lot of black creators, a lot of funny stuff, a lot of documentaries, thoughts and stuff like that. I know people were like, "Oh, we don't want Tubi. We don't listen." Tubi is following that same formula that all of these media outlets follow if they want to get their following going, and that is to cater to the Black American audience. And to cater to the Black American audience, they figure out what they want and they give it to you. And then once they get there, once they become cool, and I'm showing up air quotes, once they become cool, then they start targeting their shows to the white audiences. And that's just the formula that has been used forever. But anyway, Candace is being sued. She seems like she's taking it with stride. What do you all think? What do you all think about all the stories that we have gone over? Again, rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner and Ozzy Osbourne. Also, Glorila has been arrested and released. Cardi B is being sued, and also Candace Owens is being sued. If you all want me to go over, it's 218 pages. If you all want me to go over that, it'll probably be a late night stream to do that. We'll go over and read everything that's going on, because again, this reminds me a la Cardi B and Tasha K. This is going to be an interesting lawsuit because this is the first that I've heard that a streamer that a content creator is being sued by a sitting head of state. So I think I will go over it, and I think it'll be late night. So it'll be late night because that looks like a good 2.5, 3 hour stream. And so I definitely will go over all of that stuff and see what's going on. We will go over to her channel to just look at the videos that she posted in regards to this issue. I'm not going to play them. I'm just going to show you the thumbnail so we can get some kind of reference on which videos and things like that were played and that were shown. All right, people, that is celebrity news. We do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. Y'all, please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell a coworker, tell that heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making this video. And as always, people, bye-bye. And I apologize for the audio. It'll get better, I promise.